And there's the windshield wipers. And there's the... Like, kind of pretty in that camera.
Where's the red dot? Oh, recording. I was like, 7 minutes dead.
Jane!
I'm sorry.
Anika's curse words. Medical emergency. What are you doing to my phone?
And no world are we going to be using this, so it's fine.
If shit hits the fan with this, we might have to. I don't see it.
Why would it? Why?
I don't know.
Okay, let's get this going.
Okay, wait. But it's a little bit more straight and stuff.
I can't move it or else it will come down. Yeah.
It's coming down.
Yeah. Worse. So much worse.
Right, that is kind of worse, Annika.
I know.
Oh, let's just put my seatbelt on.
You love a seatbelt.
I'm kind of nervy.
Too, I could throw up. But I don't know
Really?
if that's because my smells that I'm smelling or...
Okay. Well, y'all, we're about to get to recording this podcast, so we're going to have to say peace out to y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I keep just staring at myself.
Yeah, that camera, why is that camera so crisp right here? I'm Jennica.
I'm Anakah. Welcome to Spill More Girls. I have no necklace on.
Do you have a necklace somewhere in this car?
No.
Wow, I guess you have this monumental moment with no necklace on.
That doesn't reflect me as a person.
That's okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Spill More Girls.
Spill More Girls!
How freaking cute is that?
No, it's the best name. That is exactly what we were looking for when we came to you guys in the vlog and said, we've not been excited about anything, help us. This is exactly what we were talking about.
Yes, so we are the Spill More Girls. Let us introduce ourselves a little bit. My name is Anakah.
And I am Jennica, and we are so excited to finally be putting out our very first long-awaited podcast episode.
I'm sorry.
We're nervous.
We're really nervous. We're not used to podcasting. We're used to vlogging. If you don't know, we have been on YouTube for 5 years now.
Yeah, a little bit longer than that, but really been posting consistently and a lot
for
4
4 years.
Yeah.
So we are true vloggers. So the podcast realm is a little bit new to us.
Right. I feel like I want to be a little bit more, and not that I ever turn it. I am who I am on my vlogs, but I definitely, because people are watching them, it's a form of entertainment. I do want to be on and happy, and I don't want to do that. I want these to be true, just genuine conversations.
Casual combos. So where do we go from here? How do we segue? Segues is going to be my kryptonite.
Right. We're going to have to get used to segueing because it won't be just a fun little whoop transition. Well, let's talk about why. Why do we want to start a podcast?
Oh my gosh, people have only asked for probably the entire 4 years for us to do a podcast, and it never just felt right until now.
We also did want to wait till Annika turned 18, just so she could kind of be a little, not for any specific reason, just so that she felt like she could say a little bit more. Yeah,
absolutely. So yes, I'm 18, freshly 18. So I am a young adult now.
Freshly 18, and I am 32, which, if you do the math.
We'll do it for you.
I was 14. I am Annikah's mom. If you don't know, I mean, surely if you're now stumbling upon this and going back to the very first episode and you're like, who are these girly pops? I'm Jennica, Annikah's mother. Just like you might be thinking, I do also recognize another teen mom that named their daughter kind of like them.
Yeah.
And in true Lorelai Gilmore fashion, I did the same.
Yeah. I mean, men do it all the time. Why can't women?
What do you think about your name now that you're your own parent and people meet you and they don't know that your mom's name is Jennica?
Yes, I love my name. I feel like it's just the right amount of uniqueness. I love the way it looks all lowercase. Love. I love my initials. I love everything about my name. And then when I tell people your name, they're just like, oh, that's so cute.
We really felt like a podcast would be just a deeper, in-depth place because one of the things I feel like when we meet people in person, one of the number one comments that we get directly from people is, your mother-daughter conversations help heal something inside of me, or I love listening to your mother-daughter moments and things. And so we really wanted to take that a step further and invite you guys in a little bit more intimately on those conversations.
And we want this to be a space for even if you miss your mom while you're in college, you can listen, or if moms are missing their daughters while they're in college, or if you haven't had the best relationship with your mom, we're still a safe space to be in. Like, we're here for all types of people, and it just so happens that we have a very funny relationship all of the time, and we get to share that.
I know that we both each have our own podcast that we listen to, and I really feel like with podcasts especially, like, that's your you time. I never minded commuting to Nashville when I was commuting, because that was that time, like, I dropped Anakah off. I got to kind of stop being mom for a second.
Why don't we tell our origin stories?
Our origin stories?
Yeah. So,
okay,
like what was it? Well, I was a teeny bopper, so why don't you start? Like, 6 months pre-viral on YouTube.
Okay, 6 months pre-viral on YouTube. I'm commuting every single day into downtown Nashville. I had really always wanted to work in downtown Nashville since I was a little girl. My dad was from Nashville, and so every time I would come see him, I just remember, like, looking at those buildings thinking, every person on earth that's cool works in one of these buildings, and I have got to be one of those people. So I loved my time at Warby Parker, but just like anybody else, especially any single mom, I needed something as a hobby, and I really did find that in YouTube editing, but also I was really involved with you, and you were that kid, that age where, like, YouTube was your life.
Oh my God. Jake Paul single-handedly was my entertainment for probably 2 years straight.
Yeah. We just really, really loved our time together when we spent, like, watching YouTube together, and we would talk about the, like, people that we watched on YouTube. It really did feel like extensions of friends. So at that point, we really were just still having so much fun with YouTube. I knew that, like, eventually we wanted to hopefully have it help out with maybe groceries or something, but we never went into it with this is what we're going to do. Yeah, we just really, truly, and in our first little Q&A, we say, like, even if we just go back and watch these in a few years, like, this is just something fun for us.
Honestly, those are, like, I've never watched a full one through because, like, it's hard to watch. Like, it is.
No, I love
so
it.
yellow.
You and your little, I guess, I don't know.
Not even to bring my looks into it, but yikes.
No, you were so cute. Don't you ever? Annika has a thing where
like,
she has beef with her, like, 10-year-old self, and I loved that girl so much.
I'm allowed to say it because, like, I had a personality then, so, like, my looks didn't matter, but, like, now I'm prettier, so I'm allowed to acknowledge the space.
The thing is, every child goes through that, just like you were just in you're like and not even bad awkward face.
It was the teeth, it was the hair, it was so
too hard
much.
on yourself and for what? You cannot talk about my daughter like that.
Anyway, continue.
So I was commuting every single day to Warby, and I loved it. I truly did. We were just trying to calculate some math to see what ages we were when we started that chapter of our life, and I cannot believe we got Luna when you were 10, and that was the Christmas that was a couple months after I started Warby, so I would have been 24 years old. That's
sick and twisted.
That just, even that, and I'm sure then I felt,
so
35.
Yeah,
like I just felt
yeah.
so old, but 24 with a full 10-year-old, and then what business did we have getting a dog? Which thank goodness we got that dog.
But thank goodness we got that dog. I'd only begged for, like, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, I felt like we really, like, that we felt so family once we had a dog. It was fun and games, but it was just me and you. It was a real family.
Anything. Yeah. So if I was 10 when you started Warby, how old was I when we started YouTube?
We were posting videos for 2 years before we, like, went viral in 2020. So about 2018, I would say, is when we started.
So I was
12.
Really?
Yeah.
I was 12 and then 14 when we went viral? That doesn't feel right.
No, and then you had not turned. No, we vlogged your 14th birthday. And remember we took those pictures on the bridge?
That was 14?
Yeah, so we went viral when you were 13. Oh my gosh. That's
crazy. Okay.
That's when I had a baby.
So we went viral on YouTube from one video.
Which makes sense because you were the whole premise of the story was me telling you.
We could have jumped to this point a lot sooner. Okay, so we went viral on YouTube for our first time. It has 12 million views now.
A 30-minute video.
A 30-minute video, 12 million views. We were not even in, like, the affiliate, like, creator program yet. Like, we were still just getting, like, 100 views a video.
Y'all, our first million views on that video were completely unpaid.
Unpaid.
We didn't even have that many subscribers yet.
So as soon as we put that one out, it started getting traction and literally just blew up overnight. And we've had fans since. And that people have just stuck around and literally watched me grow up.
Well, it was just such a, like, truly transformative. Wait, first of all, I feel like we have to mention that it was the April of, like, COVID. So
yes,
people were at home. people were starting to watch that video. It also I promoted on TikTok, and that did really, really well. And so I think both of those doing pretty well on their own, like, helped each other out.
It was the age of YouTube clips on TikTok.
Yes.
That's what went viral. And all forces worked with us, and we did it. And so after that, we just, like, kept the momentum up. And
it truly was, and still is for us. So very fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
So fun. And then that happened in 2020. What year did you quit, Warby?
June of 2021, I believe. So I did a year and a half of Warby and YouTube. Mm-hmm.
And then we moved.
Then we moved. Yes.
And
you started high school?
Okay. We'll get to my origin story in a second. I started high school. We moved, and you posted, I quit my corporate job.
Right.
And that you did. That was pretty monumental for us because we never even fathomed that happening when we first started social media.
Well, and you were just at such an age where with you had so many games and once I got to Nashville, it was really hard to get back to Franklin for your games, for your practices, to help get you places. And I was at the point, honestly, where I was like, do I need to find something more in Franklin that I can do? Or what can we do to where I can
be more involved?
Yes, be more involved and still keep to come to a lot of things. You just kept getting more busy, and I just kept getting more busy as well. Yeah. So it just seemed like the perfect time for us.
Yeah, so you quit your corporate job, which was so fun, and then we've just still been vlogging ever since.
Now, this year when Anakah turned 18, we knew this was going to be a pretty big year for the both of us.
This is a big
Obviously,
year.
You didn't take the college route.
I did not. Should I get into my origin story?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was in middle school when we blew up on YouTube. We had just gotten out for spring break, and then it got extended because of COVID, and we never ended up going back. And so we were just at home. I was watching YouTube videos, and then the more I watched YouTube videos, the more I wanted to make YouTube videos. I mean, I have clips on clips on clips of me
so much
filming, me doing my makeup. I was dressing up as Cheryl Bombshell from Riverdale. Like, I was living for content creating. I didn't even know what that was. So I, of course, when Mom came and was like, hey, let's just make a video, I was like, duh.
Well, it was getting also to the point where I was realizing, like, I had so many pictures of us throughout the years.
But no videos.
And I had no videos. And when I realized I genuinely don't have many videos of Anakah and her, like, baby voice that was the sweetest. Y'all, she was the sweetest, most southern. Her very first word was ball. And she would say it like this, ball. Like, it would take her 5 minutes to say. It was just precious. And so I knew that I just wanted to capture more life moments, not stage moments, like good just life moments. And vlogging is exactly that. Vlogging is like, I feel like this day and age, family home videos.
It literally is. So we started doing that, and the one went viral. I don't know how. Like, my mindset is so very, like, specific because vlogging never embarrassed me. Like, when that video went viral, I had so many people at school come up to me and bring it up to try to make fun of me, and I literally never cared. I don't know if it was because of Jake Paul. If he did one thing to bless me, that's what it was. But I was never embarrassed. So that went viral in March?
I think it probably started picking up some traction in May. Because we posted it in April. Probably May is when it,
And then we never went back to school. August came around. It was my first year of high school, and we were doing hybrid, like Zooms, whatever, trying to figure out the whole COVID thing. And then we eventually went back into school. I quickly realized that school was not for me.
She wanted to go online before she even started high school. I said, no, girl.
8th grade really wanted to go online. I never even wanted to start high school, but Mom had such an opposite high school, which we'll get into another time, but she had such an opposite high school experience than I did, that she wanted that for me so much, where she's like, no, just to give it half of high school, and if you still will reassess. So I go my first year.
Well, I just felt like it was kind of my like, I moved us here from Alabama to, like, give you more experience and, like, let you, and I was like, I don't want to just pull her out of a school without giving her a chance to at least have a year of a high school experience. I still felt like you needed that.
So I tried out for cheer because I've always done cheer. I tried out for cheer, made sideline JV, did the whole thing. After my freshman year, I still was like, I hate this. And she was like, okay. That was a COVID year. That was a COVID year. Give it one real full year. So then I gave it my sophomore year and, like, just spiraled even more. Like, talk about hating everything and everyone. That was me, and I was just in a bad mood all the time. I would call her 1,400 times a day from school to come and pick me up. I would say I'd walk home if you can just call and get me out. I was like, I will literally do anything. Just please get me out of here. I, at this point, was also doing social media on my own and getting money that way, and, like, I was already functioning outside of high school, and I just felt stuck all the time.
It's not that you, and I knew that she wasn't just like wanting to come home and do nothing. She wanted to do something, but just school is like not. And we even tried. I remember during COVID, we had to go back in and for your 8th grade year, decide your career pathway.
I was like, what do you mean?
She picked architecture, and so we're on this architecture path. But before as her freshman year started, we realized that this like vlogging and photograph and videography might be a better suit. So we go to the guidance counselor to see if we can change her pathway.
Like, what is it, electives?
I think it was it was called like career pathway for the like.
I'm going to be an architect and design, and I was like,
she has to stay an architect this whole time. I'm like, y'all got to work with me too if y'all want her to stay.
So that was my only class I ever failed. I loved architect. Okay, I loved the class. It was the teacher. Okay. I know
that's a thing. You can make or break a class with a teacher.
And then my sophomore year, so that was my freshman year. I tried to get it switched. Freshman year, first of four, you have to do this elective. First of 4, I tried to get it switched halfway through freshman year. Sophomore year starts. I obviously am still in an architect because I can't switch it, and I get a different teacher. But my first period is architect 2. And my second period is architect 1 because I failed it the last year. So I was just so frustrated.
And she never even made she was like an AB student besides.
No, that was the only class. And my architect 2, I had all A's in it. The teacher loved me. Anyway, I need to not get riled up because of high school.
And she just didn't love school, and I understood that because it was really like a lot like my sister. You and Marley had the same relationship with school, so I tried to be understanding while also trying to be a mom and letting you stick it out.
I had one teacher I liked, and she was also my cheer coach, and I ate lunch in her room every single day. I had mean girls that everyone obviously has in high school. So that was it was not for me. And by the end of midway through my sophomore year, I was like, hey, I hate everything right now, so you're going to have to buy me a cat to make me happy and give me a purpose to wake up every morning and feed him.
That did work.
So that worked graciously. And after my sophomore year, I looked at her and I said, all right, we're done. We're done.
I'm out of here.
And that was the end of my high school journey.
It was, and you know what? It needed to happen, and it was a great lesson. I always say as a mom that, like, your kids teach you more lessons than you could ever teach them, because that was really one of the first things that Annika knew best for Annika.
It was such a bad environment for me. And some people genuinely, even in the same school, like you with your high school experience, but even some people in the same school thrive.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my environment.
Yeah.
So after sophomore year, I left. I was online, and I finished a year early, a little bit less than a year. I finished in November of 2023. And so I left sophomore year. And then once junior year came around for prom season, I got asked to prom by someone who goes to school there. I had a store reach out to me and be like, hey, we saw you're going to prom. We'd love for you to come shop with us, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh my God, that's
it's a store
so
that we had already
fun.
Been in.
And we had shopped like there for my birthday outfits before. We loved it. So I went in and I did some shopping. I made a whole video about it. And then the next summer comes around, and I had a summer internship, and I was like, I just feel like I want to do something else.
That was the point where she was like, okay, I am wrapping up, like I'm wrapped up with school, but I know I want to be working. And it's funny because like this is the YouTube and podcasting, and this just seems so perfect, like my dream job. Like everything that I've ever described growing, I never had a specific dream job, but truly like being in front of the camera, being able to storytell, being able to help other people, like those are all like check. This for you also were the same, like you wanted to do something, but you just didn't know what that was going to be. I loved, like, this is dream job for me, but whereas I feel like your generation, you love content creation and you love your vlogging, but it integrates so well in your life that you wanted
I need it to be a part of, like, I need it to be something that I can use to showcase what I'm doing, but I don't need it to be what I'm doing.
Yes.
So I'm crying on the couch to Mom one night. Like, I just want to do something else. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I need to figure everything out. Like, what is my plan? And she was like, you remember that store that you got the dress from? Why don't you just see if they're hiring? And literally, she's still talking to me. And I'm like...
Actually, the conversation went like this. I was so my mom mode was turned on. And I was like, honey... you just had such a wonderful experience with the dress shop. I'm sure she would, and you can also work the hours that some girls will be in school. And I noticed that she's like looking down at her phone, but I'm like, you pick and choose your battles. If she was just crying, like I'm not going, okay? And I'm like, I'm sure that would be, that's one thing that you have to offer people right now is that you can work those hours. Like you've got to use those things to your advantage. Like, let's get a resume built for you. We can do this. And she interrupts me to say, go ahead.
So I DM'd the store, and I got the owner's personal phone number, and I have an interview tomorrow.
Before I was even done with the conversation, I said, okay.
And so...
Mom knows best?
I went in for the interview.
Oh, she didn't stop smiling since she sat down that DM.
No. I got the interview. I got the job. Mm-hmm. And I walked in to be interviewed, and I was like, I wish I could hand you a resume, but I don't have one. And she's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. So we have the interview, everything like that. She basically, like, hires me on the spot, sends me the official offer, and I'm like, I think I might love this. So that was in August of 2023, and it is now November of 2024, and I am the assistant manager at that store. Assistant manager technically on our app, but we all know I'm the manager. Everyone loves me. I love it. Like, I know that place inside and out. You could tell me anything about it, and I know every hook and cranny of it. Like,
she goes on her off days.
Like, literally, you can't catch me not ever there. Ever, ever, ever. I love that store with my whole heart. I love the girls that work there. I love the owner. Like, every part about it tells me I know where I'm meant to be, and it's at that store.
And my thought process behind it was, like, even she came home the first day and loved it. I mean, even on her most stressful days, she loves the job so much.
Like, everything about this job.
And there's so many different aspects of, like, life that she's learning. I always said that you have to have some sort of job in customer before. I didn't know what I was going to support whatever you want to do in life, but I really couldn't see you doing anything. All I wanted for my job,
I couldn't see me doing anything either,
was to work in customer service to some extent.
It teaches you a lot. And even before that, and you kept saying that, I was like, whatever, it teaches you a lot, but, like, well, it teaches you a lot, let me tell you.
Yeah, when you're providing a service for somebody, when there starts being, like, money involved, it just can bring out the best and worst of people. And I think that my first customer service, like, job type was at a deli, and I mean, you get in such a routine of making a sandwich the same every single time, and one thing's wrong, like, you know, people can take it so personally, so you really do have to, like, learn how to deal with people.
Yeah.
What do you think one of your biggest learnings has been?
Oh my gosh,
that's such a mom question.
I don't even know. Like, it depends on what you're, like, I have learned so many things even since being promoted of, like, handling the girl, like, and being now a manager role to some of these girls. Like, this is some of these girls' first job, and when they always look back on their first manager, it's me. Little old me? I'm 18 years old! What do you mean?
Yeah, but you're good. At the end of the day, you are a Gemini, and you do like to boss people around, and you're good at bossing people around.
Yeah, that's an important thing to know about me. If you didn't know, I am a Gemini, and everything you ever read about Gemini women is true about me. Mm-hmm. I'm very good at being bossy, but I've learned how to really control it and make it not seem like, go do this, but, like, it would really help out if you go do it. So I've learned a lot of how to, like, run a team and, like, community and, like, that kind of stuff. But then I've also learned how to think on the spot. Mm-hmm. Like, when someone's you don't have time to, like, put them on hold and, like, go think about something. Like, you have to
asked her if she feels like now that she knows what she, like, if you genuinely want to keep or you want to keep growing in management, or you want to keep growing in sales, or however you want to take this route, like, would you now be interested in, like, a schooling or even just courses or certifications or classes, things like that?
If I ever get to a point where I know that I need something to help me grow in something I'm already doing, I will. But my problem with school was that it was just, like, I was learning things I didn't need to know.
You had that,
like, if I need to go and take a course on literally how to use Shopify, I will. Mm-hmm. But that's teaching me something how I can directly input it into my current life. And it's going to directly benefit me and a business.
Gotcha.
That's what makes sense. I don't really care what Abraham Lincoln did 2,000 years ago. Like, to be honest.
It definitely wasn't 2,000 years ago, but we won't even go there. I have a very reading, history, social studies. That's my side of the brain that I have. And you have very like math science. Yeah.
And that's if I must.
Because I want to know
I don't. I have a
everything
business,
in history.
Like, I have I'd rather go to work than school, and I feel like you'd rather go to school than work.
Yeah, I want to learn, and I want to hear about stories, and I want.
Not
but
interested.
I do. But my thing, I wouldn't want to go to school and learn about math problems all day, or even like science. I want to go and learn about history all day.
That's just like a wild concept to me.
Yeah, I mean, I really love it.
That's crazy. I honestly will never get over how much of a different high school experience you had.
Yeah, I feel like you kept bringing that up, and it kind of almost made it seem like I had a positive high school experience.
That's weird to say, seeing as how you had given birth before you even started high school.
And it was not a positive high school experience. However, with
but
that
you loved
said,
it.
I loved it because I learned at a very young age.
Like, you had all those things against you, and you still loved it. I had nothing against
I had
me,
no choice.
And I hated it.
But
you had a choice. You could hate it. Like, what do you mean?
No, I leaned into like the cheerleader high school.
I tried it. Every time I tried out for a team, I didn't make it.
Yes, you did.
No, I did.
Yes, you did.
I walked on Matt. I literally walked on Matt.
Just romanticized high schools because I knew that like it was not a good time. It was not a good time in those doors, and so in order for me and I did like school, so that helped. That helped me. Not that part wasn't a problem. The social aspect wasn't a problem either because I was honestly friends with everybody except for the people that did not like me.
I had not one friend.
I could sit by anybody in a classroom and be their best friend. The people were rough. I mean, obviously you can use your context clues. It's a small town, and I had given birth before high school. So, like, the teachers, when I walked in, I knew what their
The eyes are
thoughts.
crazy. The eyes are crazy.
I mean, you were a little celebrity every time you came to one of your mom's basketball games.
I never quite felt welcome in high school. And I've gone to 8 years of it.
Yeah. So, I just,
I guess 6.
I really wanted to, like, have a good experience. So, I just made the best of the experience that I could, which is just, I mean, that was, look at me forecasting the trends, romanticizing life, truly.
I couldn't have on my strongest day done that. So I really applaud you because we could have very easily had similar, but you took it and you ran with it. I said, I'm comfortable. I'm going to sit. Actually, I'm sat.
Survival mode pretty quick.
Yeah, that's just, and that pretty much sums up the people we are.
But honestly, I did have to just get out of there. And once we did, we knew that the next chapter was a better chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do want to have some deep combos, and we want to have really intentional conversations on the vlog. On the podcast. Sorry, guys. I guess I'm gonna have to get used to that. I was just gonna cut that, but I guess I don't really need to cut it. That was a mistake. On the podcast, so we will have like an advice. Segment.
Well, I feel like each podcast. I was gonna say each video.
Oh, look at you. No, we will offer it. It is, if you might be watching this on the video. Hi, if you're watching on video, but we are also offering it on YouTube as well.
I feel like each episode is going to be a little bit different. Like, we're not going to have a super, like, structured outline because we're just going to talk about what happened and, like, updates and everything like that. But I feel like
stories that don't get told on the vlogs.
Yes. At the end of the day, we just want to have deep combos on this podcast. So we brought out, though, We're Not Really Strangers. And we're going to just do a little card or two. All right. Do you want to pick it or do you want me to pick it?
You go ahead.
Okay. I can't do this one. I'm too young.
Oh, I'm too young.
I can ask you, though.
Ask me.
If MySpace was still a thing, what would your profile song be?
Oh, this is a good one.
That's a good one.
This is a good one. It would probably be something by Casey Musgraves. Just because I feel like that sets the vibe for me.
So does, like, what does that
So that
mean?
means, like, if somebody clicks on your Instagram profile right now,
a song would
be playing.
That's so obnoxious.
First of all.
That's so obnoxious.
It shows your personality.
Mine would probably be The Last Great American Dynasty by Taylor Swift.
That's a good one. We do have some lore behind that song.
I love that song.
That's a great song. You know what? That is a great song. I will say I'm not much of a lyrics.
She is a
listener.
vibe. She's here for the vibes, not the words.
I'm a tunes type vibe. Like, I feel the vibe of the music. I like house music.
Like the beats.
I like the beats. I like to bop my head. I don't really know what you're talking about in your break.
She could not tell you the lyrics to any song. She probably couldn't even tell you the chorus to her favorite song.
Yeah, I probably could.
Try.
What's my favorite song?
Any song.
And you're my golden hour. I genuinely don't know what comes next.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the colors of the sky. And you're... No idea.
No. I don't think so.
I have no. Let me think of a song that I know the lyrics to. Happy birthday.
Oh my God.
I'm
What's
just kidding. Big wheels keep on turning.
Oh, that's your karaoke song. That doesn't matter. You've had that engraved in your
Memorized,
head
yeah.
since you moved to Nashville and you were going to karaoke bars.
That's my karaoke song. Fun fact. Probably by Tina Turner.
I leave quite an impression.
Ooh, 5 feet to be exact. You wonder why half his clothes are missing. My body's where they're at.
They're gone, but you're
still
still.
gone. Oh my God! Wait, no, you got it. You're gone, but they're still.
They're gone, but you're still
See, it's
next
harder
to me
than you
on the great separation. Ah.
Heard you're back together. Okay, we don't have to sing the whole song. But see, there's proof.
Okay, yeah.
I had to figure out my bathroom break for the Eras tour. And so I said that Great American Dynasty.
Shameful.
That's when I'll go. Because I was like, I don't know what that... I didn't really get the storyline of the folklore. It'll upset her if we talk about it too long. So let me just get to the point. So that's my bathroom song. I get to the bathroom. Let me just tell you, one of the best nights of my life. Those concerts are just moments in time that are frozen.
Time, yeah.
Okay, so I am in the bathroom thinking, well, these lyrics are
She's
wonderful.
telling a story.
I'm like, I'm there. I am in that house.
Mm-hmm.
I am holding that green dog.
Mm-hmm.
I had never listened to it like that before. But I mean, obviously, so I'm sitting in the Nissan Stadium bathroom, thinking, this is fantastic. And I came out and I said, why did you let me go to this bathroom during that song?
I told you. I tried to make you stay, and you said, no, I ain't go.
Yeah, I know. So then the next time I chose Trouble. Trouble was my bathroom
So you
song.
gotta hold it.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
Okay, do we want to do another one?
All
Since I couldn't
right.
do that one?
Okay, so I'll do one for you then, right?
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think my most defining characteristic is?
Of course,
The thing about this question is, we'll be grocery shopping in Costco on a Sunday, and I'll look over her and I'll say that.
And it's just like, she's constantly thinking these things, and these things never cross my mind. Like, I don't know if I need to come to terms with this, but like, I don't think I'm a very deep person.
I'm a thought daughter, THOUGHT. Thought daughter.
Okay, that's clever. I don't know if you've just now said, have you ever said that?
No, that's funny that I learned that on the internet.
I've never seen that before, ever.
Yeah,
It's probably because I'm
it's eldest
not
daughters
one.
are thought daughters.
It's because I'm not one. I never think about anything deep. I never just that's just not who I am.
Well, also, you're still a kid. You just stopped being a kid yesterday. You don't have to be deep just yet.
What's the question?
What do you think my defining characteristic is?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
It's like, there's not, like, how is someone supposed to say?
We'll both answer it for each other. So I'll tell you, and you can use my example and context clues here. Okay. So one of your defining characteristics is your ability to be on top of things. And, like, really, no matter what it is, you can be organized with it. You can get it done. You can be focused. I wouldn't say that's a defining characteristic for me. You know? So that's something like that.
Not. Okay. I really wish I had a second to think about this.
Nope, you gotta go. Give me to me.
You have the ability to quite literally smile through anything. Like, we always joke. If you don't know, like, in my car, I have a bunch of inside-out stuffed animals, and we always joke, like, no one is ever on your control board except for Joy. Like,
she has 100%
ever.
control.
And Joy has a specific seat away from the control board in my head. Anger, number one always.
However, as we've learned with the Inside Out movie, that sometimes even when certain emotions are in control and trying to help,
it's not a good thing.
It's not like, even though Joy is trying her best sometimes to stay in control and help, sometimes anger might need to take control.
But she never does. No. Joy is always, you will smile through anything. You will make the good out of anything, like, every time, no matter what. And
that's a defining characteristic.
Yeah. Look at me go.
Look at you go. Look at you go. Yeah, see, that's the type of conversations I feel like we.
Yeah.
What's some of the questions that I just look at you and I say, oh, this is one of my favorite ones too.
No.
I love to look at her and go, in what way can I improve being a mother?
What could I do to be a better mother? That's what I was gonna say. She will every Costco trip. I think she. Everything.
What is
I don't know if it's. I think it's because you're seeing all the families around, but like, you've never gone into Costco without asking me what can I do to be a better mother, and I'm like, go grab the turkey. Like I don't know. Like this is not. We're grocery shopping.
Yeah, I guess I just want to make sure that I'm always doing what I can for you.
But then if I say anything, it hurts her feelings.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, what's something I can improve on currently? Let's truly, and it will not hurt my feelings.
I feel like
it will not hurt my feelings.
I feel like you could just
Here we
like
go.
be more proactive about
For sure.
things.
For sure. No, I agree.
But I don't think you have a plan on changing that.
No, I do want to. And I think, honestly, that's the type of stuff that is like lights the fire, is if someone else says what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, yeah, she does see that I am procrastinating to a point where it's literally not funny.
Yeah.
Or just not even procrastinate. I just don't take anything to the level of seriousness that it should be.
Yeah, I know.
But I think that also is a coping. That's joy. Again, that's joy having the control.
Your eyes are never not full of joy. It's crazy to watch. And my eyes are always like,
sus. Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, from the hours of the moment you wake up till like
We were just talking about this
9:45 or
I
10.
don't. Whatever she's about to say, okay. I am not comprehending this, so we need to elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah.
You said this the past 3 mornings, and all it does is piss me off more. It prolongs those hours.
Something about that just fresh-faced, a little bit more frustrated than normal because it's the morning, Anakah, just really does give like the preteen Anakah vibes.
It's not that. You don't know what it is?
What?
It's because I haven't got my eyebrows dyed in a couple months, and so I'm starting to look like a boy again.
That is just not at all. I can totally see your
If not-
eyebrows.
If they were done, you would not be saying this. You only said this since the ink's been wearing off.
Okay, no, it's your face. I've not even noticed your eyebrows. See,
Because, yeah, exactly. Normally you notice my eyebrows and you don't think I
No.
look like a 12-year-old Anakah.
This is proving the point that you think of things that people are not even considering about you, because I've not thought about your eyebrows in months.
Yeah, that's the problem.
No, they look fine.
No, they're gone.
Chat, do we see her eyebrows? If you're watching us
Literally,
on YouTube, let us know.
Look at this
We
one.
see eyebrows.
You see the front bush, and then it's gone.
You have eyebrows and it's not the eyebrows. It's the disdain for the world. Annika was a very
Yeah.
stubborn, in a good way. Honestly, in this day and age, you want your teenage daughter and you want your preteen daughter to be a little bit scary and a little bit stubborn.
I was a little too scary.
Right. Right.
And so now the scariness is just wearing off, so it's just taking a little bit longer than normal. But like,
You just
I don't
have
know
a-
if
I don't give up attitude. And
I
it turns
don't.
back after, literally at like 10 a.m., I'm like, oh, there she is again. You're walking out, you're like, hey, bye, Mom.
Well, it's because I'm like, I need to get everything like that gets done on a daily basis done before 10 a.m.
But why?
So I need to work out, I need to post on Glamour socials, and I need to be ready for the day on whatever it might throw at me. Because if I don't have that first morning little bit, if something gets thrown at me
Your whole
midday,
day.
I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
And about the I don't give up attitude, I don't. So that's where that comes from. And I don't know why I have that attitude and when it came about, because I've not always had that attitude. I definitely gave
No, you did.
in school when people
of
were
other
mean to
people,
me.
but not necessarily in your own home. You've kind of always ruled the wrist there. I will say.
Well, I care when, like, the house is dirty. That makes me aggravated.
Yeah, I know. I get in trouble for that. So,
I think I just thought of something else you can improve on.
oh, we're gonna talk about more things I can improve on. Yeah, go ahead. No, I thought the question was just one, but go ahead. You can do two.
Okay, perfect. It would be great if you finished tasks you started.
Okay, well, that is actually the ADHD in my brain.
Just like, I feel like
I feel like too. I'm a serial hobbyist. I love to start a project.
You'll be halfway through something and then I have to finish it.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Where's half of my laundry right now? I couldn't tell you.
I don't have any of your laundry, by the way. Okay, I won't. We've had this conversation before. I'll literally.
Don't!
There's been times.
Don't!
Oh, you don't want me to do your laundry anymore?
If you're not going to complete it, no. Because now I don't know where any of my stuff is.
The only thing that is in the laundry room right now, I can tell you because I'm the one that does it. There's towels in the dryer. Only towels. Everything else is either there's 3 sports bras hanging, there's maybe 1 pair of tights or something. Everything else is up. So everything else is on you.
That's crazy because the laundry door won't close right now because there's
okay,
clothes
2 of my
hanging
dresses.
from it.
2 of my dresses. Those aren't yours. Those are 2 of my dresses. I didn't know you wanted tabs on my
I
clothes.
thought this was a safe space. I thought this was a safe space for me to talk about our deep conversations.
It is. It is.
Okay, that's my deep conversation.
I don't have any laundry of yours that I'm holding away from you and keeping.
It's not that. It's just that I don't know where it's at. If it's dirty, I know to go look for it in the dirty clothes hamper.
So it's going to be in your dirty clothes hamper because I don't know where else. So if it's not in the hall.
Because then now you've done my laundry. Now it's sitting in the washer. Now
nothing's in the washer.
Wet.
Nothing's in the washer.
Currently.
Right.
We must move on. We must move on.
So there will also be moments like that. Let's do another question. Those were really fun, actually. We've got time for a few more. We want these to be about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Is that a good podcast time? What's your commute time, guys? Let us know. Level 1? Nah. Get us a level 3 card.
No, not those. Not any of them in the first 2.
Reflection.
Oh, God.
Based on what you have learned about me.
Oh. Okay, in all these years.
What book would you recommend I read?
I can tell you about 16 not to read. See, the problem is that I'm not a big reader.
Yeah. Well, you like your certain genre and I like my certain genre.
So far, I think that you would really like the one I'm reading right now, but I'm 1 chapter in, so I'm not gonna accurately.
I do want to read a book that you give me as a rec one day, though, so we can. Because I always try to talk to you about my books, and you are not interested in.
Oh, you wouldn't care about that either.
What?
I was gonna say Matthew Perry's memoir, but you're not a big Friends person.
Well, I am a big Friends person, but sometimes memoirs bring me too close.
Honestly, if we hadn't read it together, the only one I would recommend to you would be
the Ashley Flowers one.
The Ashley Flowers, We're All Good People Here.
Yeah, that was
that
a great one.
Honestly, I need to buy that book. That's one that I need to buy during the sale because
I would read that
my
again,
gosh,
actually, too.
It was so good. And we were road tripping, so we weren't fully paying attention, and you were asleep half the time and I was asleep half the time.
Speaking of that road trip,
oh my God.
We have something that has stuck with us in one of our road trips, and it was a podcast that we listened to. We like to do podcasts during our road trips, too, because it just...
I have no idea what you're about to say.
Oh, you're going to know as soon as I get there, and you will take over the conversation off here, because it's one of your things you're most passionate about talking about.
Okay, I love these things.
We were on this road trip, and, I can close my eyes, and I can see the road we were on when I think about this story. It's so engraved in my brain. We listened, I believe it was either a Morbid or a...
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It was a...
Crime Junkie? No, it wasn't.
No, I think it was Morbid.
I think it was Morbid.
We could probably look it up because that's a crazy thing.
We'll look it up. But it was an episode about a guy that was going, cave spunking with his family and got stuck. And that story that's how you tell a story. I was on the edge of my seat. Our mouths were both.
But the thing is
open
we were
on the
listening
floor.
to him being stuck in this cave type thing with rocks while driving through
a mountain range with caves.
With signs saying cavern here and cavern here.
Turn here for a cave.
And so we were just listening to the details of him being stuck, and then we look up pictures of I've
crazy.
Never been more morphed into an episode.
Did you find the episode? It was called the Devil's Loop or the Devil's Knot.
It was the birth canal or something.
What?
Remember he went down the birth canal?
I just remember.
I'll find it.
Yeah, let's.
Nutty Putty.
How could we forget?
How could we ever forget?
Was it Morbid?
Morbid.
Yes.
Nutty Putty Cave Incident is what it's called. That it was. Looking at pictures, I'm still just
terrified. Yeah, crazy.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is falling face first and hitting my teeth on concrete or pavement.
And fun fact, I've known this for forever, and about 3.5 years ago, we went and smelled candles at Bath & Body Works, and I tried to get her to smell a candle, and I chipped her too.
Well, because a boy that she had a crush on was in there.
Really?
Yeah. his mom tried to come up to us.
Who?
And you were panicking.
Who? I did not remember
He was in
that.
there.
No,
So
I
she
did not
she
remember
puts
that.
the candle up to my nose for me to smell it, and I lean in to smell it, and the glass of the candle jar goes straight into my tooth and chips it. No, more so like a concrete situation.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the dark. Not a big fan of the dark.
No.
Yeah, I need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Too much for that.
Are you gonna ask me, or do I need to answer for myself?
Hey, Anakah, what's your biggest fear?
I have 2. The first one is frogs.
Right, obviously.
I hate frogs. They can jump so far. This fear actually
I like them. I think they're
originates from, I was in a playhouse when I was little, and a frog came and jumped on me and peed on me, and that's where the fear began. Second of all, I am like super duper scared of looking out of a window and seeing a person in front of me, like looking out and seeing something back in.
Like the shadow. She doesn't want
like if I'm peeing in the middle of the night, I can see directly if I look diagonal outside of our windows, and my biggest fear is if I stare too long, I'm going to see someone out there. And that's just a little bit about me.
I'm just hung up on you saying super duper, and I actually love words like that.
I love super duper.
I love when like words can, or you just,
The phrases.
Yeah, little phrases like that.
I love anything that rhymes.
Yeah, rhyming's great.
Yeah, if you go to Glamour's Instagram page, every caption rhymes or is like an alliteration because like it's super fun.
It is
super duper fun.
Super duper fun.
Super duper fun. This is super duper fun.
This is super duper fun. What do y'all think?
We're kind of getting more like...
Yeah, and we will.
I don't want to say loose, but like...
we're warming up.
Yeah, we're warming up.
We're warming up. We're going to also obviously be listening to the audio. We're going to be taking it by... Yes, please be so nice, because we really are trying so hard, we absolutely will take constructive criticism. We love hearing from you guys and ways to improve, for sure. Okay, next up, I think that I should tell everybody something that they don't know about you, and you should tell everybody something they don't know about me. Go.
You go first. I need time to think. You can't spring these questions on me.
Well, I've sprung it on myself here, too. What is something that nobody knows about Anakah?
You have free range. You can say anything you want. No secrets.
Do we want to go crazy? Do we want to go deep?
It's up to you. Mine's not very serious, so it shouldn't reflect how yours is, but you just said you're scared of the dark, which makes it really funny and just kind of coincidental that you will literally be laying in bed with your red light on, watching someone be murdered on TV, and then fall right into REM sleep.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, a lot of people find comfort in things that are just...
No, like, that's insane. That's insane. I can't watch anything scary once it gets dark outside, including Halloween Town.
I did just kind of reveal this. I think I actually may have said this before, though, too, but I think it's so hilarious how, for real, you will not, like, even as many times as I've screamed at you, even as many times as I've told you it's going to be okay, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, like, under no circumstance are you ever going to flush the toilet between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m.
Not once, not ever. Honestly, 6 a.m., because I went at 6 a.m. this morning and I didn't.
What Annika thinks that there's going to be an intruder that hears her flush the toilet and come for her.
Let me give a little bit of a backstory, because there is a reason behind this, okay? So I once had a place where I would stay that the bathroom that in the room was directly opposite of a door that went right outside.
Right.
And, like, I'm sitting on the toilet, I look straight, and there's a door that goes outside. So, obviously, I'm like, they see a light on, they want to break in to kidnap me. They're going to wait for the 1 second I flush the toilet so that other people don't hear and then come in and get me.
Right.
Because they can see directly in when the light's on because the door's right there. And so they're just waiting. And they can hear it and they're going to come in right when. So that's where
But you don't think that Luna would have warned you if somebody was in her?
She sleeps deeper than any of us, let's be honest.
She would definitely.
And second of all, we're on a really very tall floor. Like, it's never gonna happen.
No,
but
not
it's just like it's comforting.
I mean, even when we're in hotels.
Well, I'm more likely to do it in a hotel than I am in my own home.
Yeah, I guess that is
true.
But that is true.
That's the origin of it.
That's okay. You'll overcome it one day.
That's something about me.
You'll overcome it one day. But you do have to learn how to start flushing the toilet, especially when
I
you're
do during the day
with somebody else at night.
But I'm not.
But sometimes you do. Sometimes we stay in hotels together, and I have to get up and I go, and I don't want pee splashing. I don't want your pee splashing up on me.
Ew. First of
Exactly.
all. And second of all, flush it before then.
That's what I do. So I'm the ones that has to be.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Yeah, you are. You are. I'm sorry. You still have to change my diapers, so be thankful.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. Well, you guys, What a wonderful first episode. I know that we really just kind of gave an intro. And if you follow us on YouTube and you watch this or listen to this and you thought, I kind of knew a lot of this, we did really just want to provide an intro because a podcast is a totally different audience than...
And if we don't, you kind of just get on here and you're like, what
is going on with those girls? What is going on with those
How
girls?
did we get here?
You know, Anakah is now 18 and taking over life with learning her first job and thriving in her first job. And I have responsibility for myself only for the first time. And I'm doing a lot more. I thought that I would turn 32 and you would turn 18 and it would just be like party fun, go fun. There's a lot more healing and growing and learning that I'm doing that I'm so excited to have. I love having my community because a lot of times y'all can pick up on stuff and help me before I can even help myself. So we're so excited for this venture.
Yeah, I've been so excited to start this since we even started thinking about it, and I think it's going to be a really fun outlet for us to go a lot more in detail in things that we've kind of just like quickly breezed over in vlogs before, and really just like build a connection.
We'll start to get an email set up for our little advice sections and stuff as well.
Or
so
just
stay
like topics,
tuned.
everything like that.
We do have an Instagram account. It is at Gilmore Girls, and so we will be.
Yeah.
So sorry. It is at Spillmore Girls. I just went into like, woo. It is at Spillmore Girls, and you can keep up with us there and as well as YouTube. We are going to keep for now this on our J&A channel, so we will have a playlist with all of the podcast episodes
But
there.
if you like us hanging around enough to watch a vlog.
Yeah. Well, thank you so very much for sticking around with us for our very first podcast episode. Anakah, how do you want to end it?
Oh, I have like a signature thing on the vlog, so I guess I should figure out a thing here
Oh,
too.
I know what we could do. Do you know what I
What?
used to say every single day when I used to drop you off for school?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you block that point off your life?
No, well, that's something we should talk about eventually. No, we can say that, but like I need like my hand at the vlog.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So, like I need a something.
Okay.
Well,
you be thinking, and I'll be telling them what we're going to end with. That's because I think that's very cute.
Yeah.
Every single day when I would draw, and this started when she was in kindergarten. When we were walking around Walmart once, and she had her twinkle toe shoes, and a little girl stopped in her tracks and was like, oh, I love your shoes. And I remember seeing Anakah as a little 5-year-old like light up, and she got to the car and was still talking about that little girl liking her shoes. And I looked at that as a perfect mom teaching moment and said, wouldn't you want to make other people feel that way? So compliment somebody. And so I told her every single day when I dropped her off at school to compliment someone.
okay, so we can say compliment someone today, and we'll spill more next Thursday.
Cutie Pie Central? That is so good.
Okay,
So I'll say compliment someone today, and then you...
Okay, that is a good.
Wow. Oh, that's really good.
Okay, I
Good,
said it
good,
in my head a couple times, but it sounded even better out loud once
I
said
wonder
it.
why you were scratching your head
No,
so hard over there.
I take it seriously.
Those fingers were touching your brain.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Oh, wait. I'm nervous. Are you ready?
I'm nervous. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Compliment someone today.
And we'll spill more next Thursday. Love ya. Bye.
That was really cute.
That was really
Okay,
cute.
good job.